Firstly, it's never good when we hear that workers in the cash and transit industry are going on strike, but closer to festive season, I imagine that it could have quite devastating impacts for the economy. So tell us about the state of this deadlock that you're currently engaged in.
Thank you very much, Kathy. Kathy, the company SBV Services employs more than 4,000 employees, and other companies like G4S and Fidelity are party to the bargaining council of the road freight. Issues of such, the salaries of employees are negotiated at the bargaining council. But for SBV, for the past 12 years, they don't want to register at the bargaining council. One of our issues that we deadlocked on is for them to register at the bargaining council. And we have also divided our demands, whereby the 8.5% we can say we have agreed with the company. But now we are having another division called cash ops. It's the people who are counting those monies that comes from Reserve Bank that will go to the banks. And we deadlock whereby there is a lot of things that are happening there. The company is paying them they averaging their hours. Today you work 12 hours. Tomorrow you work 8 hours. And then you're supposed to work 9 hours. They will take your hours of yesterday from the 12 hours you work and bring it to this site and average it until the end of the month. So we're having a problem where we deadlocked. We also deadlock on the issue of the basic salary that we demanded from the company. We initially demanded that for a newly employed employee to be paid 10,000, and then they give them it was 11% that we initially deadlocked at, but we came down to 9.5%. And we also went down from 10,000 to 9.8 to say the entry level to go down to 9.8. So we deadlocked there. And we also requested from the company to recognize the service, because most employees that has got long service with the company, their salary hasn't even reached 9,000. They're still somewhere at 8.6. So that is what we are fighting for with the company to say.
Do you feel that your members would have a better offering if indeed the negotiations that are held over salaries were part of those that are taking place at the bargaining council with the other companies in the sector?
Definitely, Kathy, it was going to be even simple for our members, because they would know where they're standing at. And what is happening at the moment with their company, if they were part of the bargaining council, it was not going to even affect the company. Because as we talk, other companies have already signed the agreement at the bargaining council. But unfortunately for SBV, they are not part.
What reasons have they provided for not wanting to join the bargaining council process?
The other one, that initially they said they are not transporting goods, they are bank. But now they are transporting money on behalf of the banks. They are not transporting their own money that they were claiming to be transporting. So that is the reason that took them the whole 12 years to register at the bargaining council till this day. So now we are pushing them to say, let them go and register so that people can be like others. And at the moment, you find the people who are working at the other companies are being paid better than the SBV members. That means for the past 12 years, SBV is been underpaying the employees till this day.
Let's talk about this issue of the averaging of working hours. I would imagine that part of the consequence of that is that workers are unable to then charge for overtime, or what is your main concern around that averaging?
Definitely, Kathy, you can imagine when you, like today, you will work 14 hours before you report off. And then tomorrow you work only 4 hours. Then they take from yesterday and bring to these 4 hours to top these 4 hours with your hours, whereby remember now in overtime, 1 hour is at 1.5. But now when they take that 1 hour and make it a normal hour, that means now you are losing half of, let me say your rate of pay is 30 rand per hour. So now if they take your hour that was supposed to be at overtime, that means we are losing 15 rand.
Absolutely.
So that is the problem.
So let's move on then and talk about which services are most likely to be affected should you end up going on strike.
Unfortunately, it is the entire services in the cash in transit industry, because SBV is the main company that is collecting money from Reserve Bank, that is taking money to the banks, that is mostly doing most of the ATMs. So that means if our strike is going to take place from Friday, it will be a total shutdown. The banks are not going to have money. ATMs are not going to have money. So that is where we are heading.
As it stands, have you been given the green light for you to down tools?
Tomorrow we are at the CCMA, whereby we are going to finalize everything. Remember now, for the past months, we've been talking behind closed doors with the company. So tomorrow we are at the CCMA, and we are not praying. We know that we'll come up with a certificate to go on strike. So definitely, after tomorrow from CCMA, we are going to give the company 48-hour notice to strike.
For you, especially given the time of the year, what do you see as the risks then that would stand should you actually go on strike?
It's a lot of risk. Remember now, there won't be a movement of cash, and everybody at this time of the year needs cash. That is one. And also to our members, it is a risk to our members, because now, should we go on strike, that means whatever the observations that they are doing as employees, besides just transporting cash, that means that hawk eye, it's supposed to look there, will be on strike.
Before I let you go, should the banks and the Reserve Bank also come on board here in terms of trying to help resolve this wage deadlock?
I don't think so, Kathy, unless if they wish so. But as SBV, it's the company that is taking all the work for Reserve Bank and the banks. I don't think that we need to talk to Reserve Bank. SBV must resolve this matter without involving their clients.
All right, let's leave it there for now. The Motor Transport Workers Union spokesperson, Hlasinyane Motaung.